boys and girls, and welcome back to BackAlly Horror. I'm Ali and this is the home of all things horror. On today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Jeeperscreepers movies 1, 2 and 3. We're going to be ranking them and reviewing them just a little bit. This isn't a normal review where normally I would go in-depth review on like aesthetics, acting, conclusions, storyline, music, scores and the whole shebang. This is going to be a small one, so we'll start with the first one. The first one for me was a very good opening film. It set the characters up really nicely. You've got Dari the brother and you've got Trish the sister, and they're going home after they've been to school and they're on summer break, so they're going home and they're travelling in the car, and they get, have some angry truck driver like try and drive them off the road and all that, and they're just driving along and they see this truck and they see this person putting what looks like a dead body down, like some sort of chute or well or something, and Dari wants to go and check it out. He goes down there and finds loads of dead bodies stitched together on the ceiling, and it's crazy. They finally get out of there, travel around a bit, and they meet this psychic who tells them that this is the creeper. The creeper is a creature that has been around for many years. He basically comes every 23rd spring. For 23 days he feeds on humans to sustain himself and, heal if he's injured or anything like that. And then he hibernates. And he haunts you on your smell of fear. And if he tends to like that scent of fear, he will then go after you. He gets taken and we see him at the end. Back of his head is removed and his eyes are gone. Jeeperscreepers, where'd you get them peepers? Well, he got them from Dari. As the first film goes, it's a pretty great film. It sets, like I said, it sets up the creeper really nicely. You want to know more about the creeper. It's your typical, I shouldn't look, but I did, and now I'm in trouble kind of film, which is cliche, but it gets the job done at the end of the day. I thought the idea of the creeper was awesome. I thought it's a bit like It, Pennywise, with the 23 years and 27 years and hibernating and coming back and feeding off you and all that jazz, but it's fine. Like, it's an amazing movie, and if you're going to copy from something like that, then why not? The acting from Trish and Dari were really good as well, and I really liked the guy who portrayed the creeper. And I thought as the movie progressed and we saw more of the creeper, that was the best way to show us the creeper in my opinion. An amazing film, and it definitely made me want to watch the second one. So the second one we're on to now is a group of high school kids go to a basketball game. You've got the basketball players, the cheerleaders and some teachers on a school bus. Now something hits their tyres and they have a blowout. Turns out it's a weapon of the creepers. The creeper starts taking away the adults one by one. The kids are left on the bus and they've got to try and decide whether they want to go for safety or stay on the bus. Again, the creeper does this thing where it sniffs out certain people's fear and it wants certain things from certain people, so not everybody is in danger. Eventually, obviously, some run, some stay. Before that, though, we see a little boy get taken in a cornfield. Now, his father, a day later, has been listening to the radio and finds out that there's been this accident with the school bus, and creates this self-made harpoon machine on the back of his truck to go and try and kill this creeper, because obviously it's taken his son, so he's wanting revenge. So he goes out there, finds this bus, and eventually they start beating the creeper, but the creeper goes into hibernation because it's on day 23. I really liked this one. I liked it because it wasn't typical, the kids were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they're kids as well, so you don't know how they're going to react. Are they going to be sensible? They're going to go hysteric. I mean, you've got a girl on there that turns out to be psychic and tells the rest of them this story of the creeper where he comes out every 23rd spring. They see a vision of Dari and the little boy that got taken, warning them of the creeper, but only she sees it. So that is a cool little twist, that they've got someone on there that can bring in the knowledge without connecting it fully to the first one, and without randomly stopping to bring in a psychic, because that wouldn't work. So in that logic, I thought the storyline was a lot better. I thought the fact that he created this whole new machine to try and kill the creeper was really cool. The kills, or the fact that the creeper took off his own head and changed it, I thought was wow. The effects of this film are great. I'm not sat there thinking, oh, I see the green screen, or I can see how they did that, I see how they did that. I'm sat there wow, what a great movie. So overall, thumbs up. And in line of my favourite, we're at number 2, then number 1, and then comes the third one, which I've not been excited to review. We start by seeing a flashback. Now in number 1 they mention a prom couple that went missing, and they only found the decapitated head of the girl and no body of the son and no body of the girl. Now in the third one we see a flashback to that very boy. He finds a hand fall out the sky, which is the creeper's hand. He buries it in his backyard, and eventually he's the guy that gets killed with his girlfriend on prom night. We flash forward 23 years, and his mother is talking to the vision of her dead son, saying that this hand is buried here and the creeper is going to come back to get it, and it's going to kill anybody in its way. We've also got the creeper's van outside the precinct, which is where Trish was when it took Darry, and that is where we're situated. It's just after the events of the first one. So now in regards to timeline, we're Jeeperscreepers 1, Jeeperscreepers 3. So then we go on to follow the mother of this son and her niece and Addison, and how she and her friend Buddy, who they have a love interest, basically she gets captured by the creeper and they have to try and save her. She gives it a bit of damage here and there. The truck is apparently all kitted out with tricks and booby traps. Like, it's got spikes, it's got, you pull this lever and that pops out, you pull this lever, that pops out, and all that jazz. And all that happened. There's a group of people, families of the victims that the creeper has taken. They know about the creeper and they're on this big massive revenge mission to kill the creeper. There is another truck in there with a self-made machine capable of apparently killing the creeper again. And apparently the old woman digs up the hand, touches the hand, puts her in a trance, and she finally sees where the creeper came from. We don't get to see this, which is, I think, is a tad unfair. But apparently, because she knows the secret to the creeper, when he comes to get her and the family, she's left a note saying, "We know who you are," with the hand. He screams, crows fall out the sky, and he leaves them alone. Now this is where it gets difficult. At the end of the movie, we see Buddy get into a bus with high school children going to a basketball game, and that's what connects it to the second one. So, logically speaking, Buddy is meant to be on the bus in the second one when the creeper attacks the bus, but he's not, because in the second one there is no school student, cheerleader, basketball player, or adult that is named Buddy. So, there's the first plot hole. The second plot hole is, we have the fact that when the school bus attack happens, it states in the film that it happens on day 23. On the radio they mention the church fire, which happens 4 days prior, so we're on day 19 in Jeeperscreepers 1. So the whole of 19 and the morning of 20, because obviously Darry gets taken after the church fire. So then we have day 19, morning of 20 for Jeeperscreepers 1. We then have day 20, 21, 22 and the morning of 23 in Jeeperscreepers 3. And then we have day 23 in Jeeperscreepers 2. But here's the problem. Benny, the little boy that gets taken in the cornfield, that happens the day before day 23, so it happens on day 22. Now this is a bit of a problem, because apparently in day 22 he's meant to be in the third film attacking Addison, which makes no sense because you can't be in two places at once. So even though it does kind of logically line up in timeline wise, there are major discrepancies there to say, well, no, it doesn't make sense. And when you're watching the first half of the third one, you feel like it's connecting to the ending of the second one, where we go 23 years later and see the hibernated creeper as the bat out of hell in the farmyard. I thought, as I was watching that, number 3, parts of it, I thought, well, hold on, that's connected to the second one, that's the ending of the second one. But then there were parts of it when they're outside the precinct where it connects back to the first one with Trish. However, from day 19, from the moment we see him in the first one to day 20, he's apparently kitted out his truck like there's no tomorrow and made it into a Saw movie on wheels, which makes no sense. The CGI is terrible. You can clearly see green screen. It's filmed in the day, so like the creeper goes from being really scary and creepy from the first two to, you know what, you're just a guy dressed up stupid, because, you know, I'm not afraid of you right now. You do not look scary, your actions aren't scary. There are products in the film that shouldn't be there during the time that it's meant to be filmed. But at the end we see Trish 23 years later, and she's writing about all these kills that happened by the hands of the creeper, which sets us up for number 4, hopefully in that time period. It was, I think, 2024 or something like that. So hopefully that resolves the issues, but as of right now, my ranking stands at 2, 1 and 3 we should just all ignore because they're terrible. Both timeline wise, storyline wise, acting wise is just atrocious. CGI and score and aesthetic, we give it like -20 on that. So 2, 1 and we're done. So sorry for the rant guys, but that is my video on the Jeeperscreepers trilogy, ranking and review. Which one is your favourite out of the 3 and in what order would you place them? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video and my YouTube channel, Instagram and merch page. Until the next one guys, stay horrid.